Hi, everybody. You've landed on Let's Talk News page, and I am your host, Leticia Remauro, looking like the bad witch of the West. Sorry, I had people for dinner tonight, and I had to fry about 5 pounds of chicken cutlets for the family, but that's okay. We love doing that. We love having Sunday family days. We have a lot to talk about tonight, and I want to start with Kevin. Kevin was here even before. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for coming. Even before the show started, to talk about the bloody Dems have gone too far now. They're telling Americans the forces are cruel when, in fact, they fight one hand behind their back. What is wrong with those people? All they're doing is handing the enemy free bullets and propaganda. I'm guessing that you're talking about ICE. If you're not, let me know. But if you are talking about ICE, I'm going to do a screen share, and we're going to read something together. We're going to do a lot of screen sharing tonight. Let's just see. Here we go. So I asked Google if the anti-ICE videos were AI. And the answer is, and I knew this to be true, but I wanted to make sure, numerous reports from late 2024 and 25 confirmed that some anti-ICE immigration and customs enforcement videos circulating online are indeed AI-generated deepfakes. These videos are part of a broader trend of AI-powered misinformation campaigns regarding immigration enforcement. The key points about AI-generated anti-ICE videos widespread on social media. AI-generated content, including realistic-looking images and videos, has flooded platforms like Facebook and TikTok, often going viral and garnering significant engagement. They're highly realistic. The purpose is these fake videos are often designed to trigger strong emotional responses like fear or outrage and fuel political narratives rather than document real events. They can be used to demonize law enforcement or create false rumors or raids. The real world impact, the spread of this misinformation has prompted responses from institutions like Ohio University, which had to debunk rumors of an ICE raid on its campus that were fueled by AI-generated images. Authorities are concerned the content can cause fear in immigrant communities and foster hostility towards law enforcement. So, common giveaways. Experts note that AI tools sometimes struggle with specific details, which can be a giveaway. Inaccurate text, unrealistic detail, lack of context. Sometimes you see flashes of color and not full bodies. To avoid falling victim to misinformation, experts recommend these guidelines: pause and verify, which we do on this show all the time since AI has really been out there and everybody can get their hands on it. Check the source, look for official information, look for AI artifacts. So I wanted to show you that because this is real stuff going on here. And it's all gearing up to 2026. Kevin, it's all gearing up to 2026. Can you even see me? I don't know. I feel like I'm so dark and dirty and dingy. I don't know if it matters, if you could see me or not. But all right, let's say hello to our friends who are joining us. Andrew Dorman, good to have you. Debbie Lebedo, how are you this Sunday? Kevin Young, good to have you. Francine, thanks for coming. Enjoy those cutlets. Yeah, they were good. They actually good. Hi, Angela Rica. No, it's out. No, it's out. I'm not sure what. Are you saying that they're talking about the military being cruel, or are you talking about it being ICE? Good evening, Beer Nuts. Oh, you are the bestest, Beer Nuts. We love you. You always make me feel good. I hope Bonnie is with you, and I hope you're having a lovely evening on a Sunday, or are you working? I know sometimes you work odd hours. And you're just the best. Thank you for joining us. So all of this is gearing up to the 2026 midterms. I want everybody to understand it. The Dems are really, really good at this. They're good at creating these narratives and getting people all anxious. I mean, they did it. They did it strategically in Trump's first term. And they're doing it again. And, and I'm a little pissed off that, sometimes Trump falls for it. But at the same time, I think that he should be able to say what he needs to say. I mean, for instance, we were doing the Epstein files. Okay, so Trump releases the Epstein files and now they have nothing to talk about. But they still keep talking, right? I mean, so they're like, oh, we won that. But hi, Howard, how are you? And now it's the 6 idiots that decided that they were going to commit sedition. Or let's say it differently. The 6 seditious Congress people who, in my opinion, need to be brought up on charges of sedition. I mean, you want to talk about January 6th? How many people went to jail for January 6th and nothing? Nobody had any guns. Nobody killed anybody. Nobody took over the White House. Nobody tried to take over the White House. Nobody tried to kill anybody. Now we know that the gallows was brought there in the middle of the night by possibly FBI agents. I always said that with the gallows. And I was like, who had the time to bring gallows? And oh, by the way, there were bricks on the street, and they were like pallets of bricks on street corners. The J6 people didn't put that there. You know how I know that? Because those pallets of bricks keep showing up at all like the George Floyd protests and all the protests where Antifa is. So I know it wasn't, the J6ers, but they went to jail. And some of them were just sitting there and never got trial. Some of them are still, I think they're released now. But nobody, held a gun to Mike Pence's head. Nobody killed anybody. The only person that got killed was a protester. While in the meanwhile, afterwards, protesters were allowed into the Capitol, even though they're not supposed to be there. They were allowed into the Capitol, and they've had sit-ins and everything else. Oh, by the way, I'm going to roll away because I want to show you something. I hope you didn't get a shot of my ass. This book, Courage Under Fire by Stephen Sund. He was the head of the Capitol Police. Read this book. Read this book. He has loyalty to only one thing, the United States Constitution. He talks about how this was a scam, that this was a setup. He doesn't know all the details, but he knows it was a setup. So I'm not all the way through with it yet, but read it. It's worth it. Let's see. What did I miss here? Hello, Athea Palikari. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if those are just whatever. Hello, may God bless the Patriots. Send a hug to the city of Ribeirão Preto, Brazil. Oh, okay. Now I understand why I don't understand. Good to have you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Yes, we'll all pray for Brazil. Hopefully things will become more clear soon for Brazil. What a beautiful place, and sin that so many things are going wrong there. No doubt. AI, conspiracies, all this. Trump, so take our AI down. Trump will take AI down. I don't know. Trump is supporting AI. The Dem podcasters are insinuating Trump was doing pedo stuff on Epstein Island. On the files released, if Trump finds out, they will get sued into bankruptcy. The Democrats are they're working on all levels. Okay. So I just told you, right? The AI stuff for the ICE stuff has been going on since 2024. So since he took office and started his agenda, they have been putting this stuff out. Why? It was geared towards all of the elections that came up in November. And they did pretty good because, Virginia and Mississippi, Virginia wound up getting a supermajority in their house. I mean, it was Democrat controlled anyway, but Mississippi lost their supermajority. And if we ever thought, and this is the stuff, right? We talk about elections and we talk about the 2020 election and whether it was rigged and fixed and all that stuff. Well, there's different ways to rig an election, not just, the ballots and all that other stuff. You can rig an election and it's not really rigged. It's working hard to get the votes out. But I mean, under Bush, what did they put on the ballot for his second term in 2004 was a right to life question that made sure that Republicans and conservatives came out in the red states to vote for that question. So there's all kinds of things that campaign artists, consultants, that we use to get our base out. Now we have this Tennessee election coming up on December, I think it's the 2nd, right, near Thanksgiving. Now, this is a Republican seat, but it's open. And the woman who's running, her name is Ain't Bin, something like that. It can't be a real name. Or if it is, her parents had a good sense of humor. She's in the Tennessee State House. She's running against a military guy. Isn't it interesting? Now, this is coming up December 2nd. Now, this is considered a solid Republican district, but they redrew the maps and they included Tennessee now in this congressional seat. So Tennessee, the demographics of Tennessee are young, liberal. It's a city. Do you think it's by coincidence that we're going after the military right now? Every seat matters, and they will do whatever they can to get the seats. Okay, we talked about that one. Someone has to figure out to put guardrails up when it comes to AI. It's dangerous. They're not going to figure out how to put guardrails up. It's just like television, right? We're old enough. We were raised in front of television to remember what they said about us, that we were all going to, go to shit because the television was our babysitter. And, and maybe they were right. I mean, our generation was okay. And then, I'm part of a boomer. I'm on the tail end of boomer. And X was okay. But then the millennials, I mean, they are all in technology. And now the Zs, they can't live without technology and they're not doing anything, right? They have social anxiety and all this stuff. So I don't think they're going to put guardrails. It's up to us. There's no they, it's us. We have to figure out how to live with this technology. So you have to master it and use it for good instead of evil. But we have to not be asleep at the wheel. See, the problem is the Dems will do whatever. They will do anything to win, and they hang each other out to dry. Look at what they did to Trump, prosecuting him. And who did they hang out to dry? Black people. Every single one of the people that they used to prosecute and persecute him was a Black person. And that's their MO, right? Because that's always been their MO. Let the Black guys do it. All right. So, and all of those people went down in a ball of flames, but they're still going. They'll do anything to win, including cheat. The Dems have said Trump is giving illegal orders to military and for not to obey. Correct. But they didn't give any example of illegal orders. They're talking, some of them are talking about the boats, that are going after the fentanyl, the drug cartels. How is that illegal? How are you going to explain to the American public that you want drug boats to come in? Now they resurrected this old rumor that Trump asked if, told the military or asked the military if they could shoot protesters in the legs, which was a bullshit statement when it was originally came around. And now they've resurrected it and they're saying that's the thing. They're lying and they're doing it in unison. It's very, very aggravating. Will they have to do a special election for Marjorie Taylor Greene spot? Yes. They will. Do you see what's going on here? All these people are leaving, Elise Stefanik too. So when she leaves, and she's going to have to run her race for governor, that seat is going to have a special election, and it's in New York. So how do the Dems flip the Congress? They organize. They have now Zohran Mamdani in New York. They have the Democrat Socialists who are very organized. They have George Soros and his money. They have the other one there that we've spoken about, and I always forget his name. Ask me why. I forget his name. Roy, what's his face, and his wife. They have a lot of people and a lot of organization to do it. And they have the kids. They have the two groups that scammers love to get their hands on. Teenage, young college age kids and seniors. They have them in their pocket, and they got them in their pocket by these fake AIs showing this fake bullshit, like people were getting dragged out of their house for no reason. And they got these kids and these seniors to believe it. And now they have them on their side. Do you understand what they did? They play the long game. And it drives me fucking crazy. You know what drives me crazy? Where are all our congressmen? Every single congressional member of Congress, every Republican member of Congress, every Republican member of the Senate should be in Tennessee right now banging on doors. Because guess what? Early voting starts the 26th. That's 3 days from now. That's right after Thanksgiving. Everybody needs to be there to help Van Epps. Are they going there? I don't think so. Hello, Mickey Petrides. I'm going there. How many people have donated to the Van Epps? Did you even know? Oh, guess what? I got an email from my business from the Democrat, from Ben, asking me for money. The Democrat. I didn't get any from the Republican. I donate to Republicans. I run Republicans. How did the Democrat get my business email and not the Republicans? Do you understand? This whole thing, they are organized. This is what they're doing, and we have to talk about it. We have to blow their cover. If anybody tells you that ICE is doing anything, tell them it's AI and show them what I just showed you. Google it. Google it. Google uses AI. Ask the question. Are these videos of ICE? I forget which question I asked. AI, and it will tell you. Tech is an evil genius. Yeah, it is. It came from a human mind. So we've got to learn to live with it. It's like, I remember, there are still out there senior citizens who refuse to use a computer or a phone or a smartphone or any of that stuff. I always felt like I needed to use the most modern technology and I needed to know how it worked, because if I don't master it, it will master me or I will be left behind. And that's what's going on with a lot of seniors. They're just left behind and they believe everything and they don't understand AI. So they see these videos of children crying, "Don't take my mommy or daddy," and they think that this is really happening, and it's not. And we have to talk to our seniors about it. That's why they're so easily scammed, because they don't understand. And they come from a generation that would never, ever do what's being done to them. They don't understand that it's China, it's Russia, it's our enemies, it's Iran, it's India, it's in Africa, that these are cartels. And they're taking their money, right? How many young seniors have gotten a phone call from what sounds like their grandson or daughter asking for money because they're in jail? And how many have given their credit card number to the sheriffs to bail them out? We need to know what's going on, and we need to tell other people what's going on. The people in your life that are least likely capable of tech, you need to talk to them and tell them that this is all AI and it's bullshit. And the news media is just picking up on it. We grew up with 9-inch TVs, 7 TV stations, and just HBO. Yeah, and we were the antenna, right, Howard? Right? Stand over by the TV. Remember the round wire with the knob on the front and two things coming out the side. And if you got too close to it, it would scramble the picture. And sometimes the right kid with the right amount of static from walking across the rug was able to get the picture to not jump. And so that kid had to sit there or stand there so that parents could watch TV. Yeah, that's how it was back in the day. No what, Kevin? I'm not sure. No. It's all about the drug boats, and now the land attacks follow the dollars. Yes, indeed. Damn, that's crazy. Corrupted. I'm not sure what you're talking about being crazy. Maybe the AI stuff. But please elaborate. And thanks for coming, corrupt CD. I love that name. Thanks for commenting and thanks for being here. I think you're a first-time commenter. Trump should endorse Democrat candidates. Then the Dems will vote against their own candidates because they hate Trump. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even. That is. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute and try again. Hold on, I got to upload a video. Let's see. It might be too big for. It might be too big. All right, I'll play it on the screen. Okay. That's great, Howard. Absolutely great, and you're right. Ratchet Checker. Bonjour. Hello. How are you? Welcome to Let's Talk Live. Let's Talk News. What are we talking about? We're talking about the midterm elections in America and the fact that what you're seeing with the ICE videos are a lot of AI, and that the news media is picking it up anyway, and they're promoting the false narrative. Okay, so let's just see now. Remember I told you about Mamdani and the fascist stuff? Yeah, let's just see. I want to show you something. Listen to what he said and Meet the Press. Watch.
At press conference with President Trump, a reporter asked you whether you believe that President Trump is in fact a fascist, a word that you've used in the past. You were about to answer, then President Trump sort of jumped in and he said, quote, "That's okay, you can just say yes. It's easier than explaining it." So, Mr. Mayor-elect, just to be very clear, do you think that President Trump is a fascist?
And after President Trump said that, I said yes. And
so you do.
And that's something that I've said in the past. I say it today. And I think what I appreciated about the conversation that I had with the president was that we were not shy about the places of disagreement, about the politics that has brought us to this moment. And we also wanted to focus on what it could look like to deliver on a shared analysis of an affordability crisis for New Yorkers.
You've also said in the past that President Trump has engaged in a, quote, attack on our democracy. You've called him a despot. Do you still believe President Trump is a threat to the democracy?
Everything that I've said in the past, I continue to believe. And that's the thing that I think is important in our politics, is that we don't shy away from where we have disagreements, but we understand what it is that brings us to that table. Because I'm not coming into the Oval Office to make a point or make a stand. I'm coming in there to deliver for New Yorkers. And a few weeks ago, I was asked by a reporter 3 words to describe myself. I said, New York City. And that's what animated that conversation. How do we deliver for the people of New York?
So he says he still believes he's a fascist and he still believes he's a despot. And now that's going to go on the airwaves. And, people are going to say, well, Trump said it himself. It's sad. It's sad. But he had a lot of good things to say, basically, that they were going to work together. I mean, he didn't mince words. But there was a reason that Trump embraced him the way he did. And that's got a lot to do with the midterms, because the fact is that it's the young people and the seniors, right, who are voting against the incumbents. And if they're voting against incumbent Republicans, then that means they're voting in Democrats. And Trump can't afford to lose the House. He can't. He's got to keep the House and the Senate. He's at least got to keep half. He can't lose both, because if he loses both, that's it. America comes to a screeching halt. Meanwhile, Trump was in the White House with Mamdani saying they have similar ideas. Yeah, but he's not stupid for saying that. My 3 words to describe Mamdani is socialist douchebag. I get it. But he's also a slick politician. Very slick. Somebody to be worried about, because he's charming. Young people like him. Old people like him. And he pitches socialism in a way that's non-threatening. Well, he has to say it to pander to his base. It's all bullshit. Politics is a blood sport. He does have to say it to pander to his base. And so he's walking that line. And Trump knows it. And I applaud Trump for holding his tongue and for being as gracious as he was, because Trump holds a lot of the cards, but he needs to get 2026. He needs to win 2026. And he can't do it if he's in all-out war with Mamdani, because Mamdani and AOC, they're the future of the party, and Trump knows it. So he can't look like a fascist dictator. He has to work with them, and he has to get that affordability concern to evaporate. Public safety is one, affordability is the other. And Mamdani's got to play ball with him too. He has the nerve to call him a fascist, right? He does. And Trump said to him, go ahead, I don't mind. He's smart, Trump. You remember, he's very smart. And the people that think he's not smart are the people that Trump eats for breakfast. Trump is a great chess player. He's always 4 steps ahead. He really is. They call it 4D chess, Angela. So anyway, so the new thing, right? So we had the Epstein files, then we had the I'm not touching you, right? The 6 assholes telling the military to not follow unlawful orders, implying that Trump was giving them, and then now saying that they're all crying now and going, we were just trying to remind them they don't have to. We didn't say Trump. We just reminded them, which was very dangerous and is dangerous and is putting this country in a difficult situation. But now we have the new one, which is Russia. We're back to Russia again. Let's see. We got to share the screen. Here we go. Share this. Okay. So Senator Mark Warner calls 28-point plan for Russia-Ukraine truce a historically bad deal. And the reason why is because it cedes the Donbas region to Putin. They're trying to say that Russia wrote this plan, not Trump. They're trying to say that Trump is strong-arming Ukraine into it. They're going to now push Trump towards Russia. And here we go again with the Russia situation. So you can read this for yourself. The thing is why would anybody leak this to Politico, to any newspaper? Why would any elected official, while we are trying to stay out of war, but trying to end some wars, what kind of an elected official would leak something to a newspaper and make it as if, Trump is going with Russia instead of? So you get where they're going again? They're going to try and connect Trump and Putin again. And they're going to try to, they're going to put it in everybody's mind. They are going to kill themselves between now and November 2026 to destroy Trump at every turn. And President Trump, if you are watching this show, and I know when you're tired at night, you probably turn it on, you cannot bite. You just need to put your head down and just get everything that you want to get through. Get those tax cuts through. Keep negotiating with the tariffs. Keep negotiating for the prices. Get us out of the Bidenomics that is killing America. And you'll protect us from the lunatics that want to destroy our country. Just focus on that. Do not bite with them. Do not bite. But this is what they're doing. What? Since when? Where did they get that? They got it from these fucked up Democrats, and they are fucked up. I can't even. Trump sets the traps, but they do too. I mean, look, the silly 6 there, seditious 6, as I like to call them. They set the trap, and Trump bit, and now that's all anybody's talking. Oh, they want to kill congressional people. He wants to kill sitting members of Congress. He's calling for their public hanging, and he's going to sell tickets. That's what they're saying. He should have said nothing. He should have let the military speak. The House replied. The House Republicans replied to that, and it was brilliant. But nobody saw it because all they saw was Trump's truth. Trump needs to put the phone down. We don't need him to speak directly to us. The press conferences are enough. He does not need to give everybody access all the time. He needs to get some sleep and go to work. It didn't dawn on me before you said Russia. I heard Marsha in my head. Yeah, exactly. Bet someone in Congress or Senate leaked it. 100% they did. 100%. He's the head. Warner is what is his? He's the highest. Senate Mark Warner, Democrat, Virginia. Oh, we're back to Virginia. Said Sunday morning that Trump administration 28-point plan for peace between Russia and Ukraine would go down, frankly, as a historically bad deal, rivaling Neville Chamberlain giving in to Hitler before World War II. He is the highest-ranking Democrat on the Intelligence Committee. And he was on Fox News Sunday. Okay, so that's who's out there. And if you think that he wasn't the one that leaked it, then I have a bridge to sell you. Okay, so let's go back and talk a little bit. Somebody said something about MTG. I have to tell you guys something too. I lost the ability to go live on Let's Talk News Facebook and on my political page, Leticia Remauro. So the only place you're going to be able to do it is going to be on my Facebook personal page, Leticia Remauro, the one with me standing on the mountain. So I don't know if Colleen and the rest of them are over there. I'm hoping that they're just enjoying their Sunday instead. But if so now you're still going to be able to click on it from those pages, but you're not going to see it live there. You're going to see it. It's going to come from my page. It's a technical thing, and just giving a little housekeeping and FYI. Always look for the posts on the Leticia Remauro page with me standing on the mountain. But you could go to YouTube, and that's probably easier. I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw that Trump said give part of that land of Russia, and that's the deal. Is that true? Now that you mention it, that's what I heard. Yes, he was talking about the Donbass region. That's the thing that sparked the whole situation. But you can't give in to Putin. You have to figure out a way to handle this. I am on the Reagan Facebook page in your stream now. Good. Okay, perfect. That however you got here now, all of you're in the right place. I just wanted you to know that if you look for it on the other two pages, you're not going to see it. So I'm going to do my best to make you see it everywhere. Give that land to Russia. Take it, leave it. That's supposed to deal to Ukraine. The problem is that Ukraine cannot survive without our help. Can't. Because, and they're saying now that, if you give this deal to Russia, then China's going to move into Taiwan. No, they won't. Not as long as Trump is president. No, they won't. They won't. But we should not be negotiating our national security in the press. We should be speaking as one unified voice. Well, I was going to say that, all the fucked up things that Joe Biden did, nobody really, undermined our national security in the press, but it was Joe Biden who was undermining our national security. So when they talked about the withdrawal, the Afghanistan withdrawal, he had already fucked up our national security. So I don't know. Here's what I know. I know that we have to win on December 2nd. We can't afford to lose. And yes, it's a plus, I think it's plus 13 Republican district, but it used to be solid Republican. Now they're just saying leaning Republican. So that's no good because of the redistricting. These maps is as bad as the paper ballots in 2020. These redistricting maps are a problem, are a big problem. So here's what I'd like to see happen. I would like to see Johnson and Thune get their shit together. I would like to see them get out there and get some money from us. Because if that Ashton Bin could find my email address, why couldn't the Republicans? Why couldn't Win Red? Why couldn't somebody send me an email asking me to donate to Van Epps? I don't understand. I think that these guys need to get off their ass and they have to flood the streets. I mean, we need thousands of Republicans in the streets knocking on doors because they're going to have that many Democrats in the streets knocking on doors. Remember, these kids are in college. They don't care. These seniors have no family. They don't care. They're all getting paid. They don't care. They'll go out and knock on doors and pull out everybody that they can because there are people paying them to do so. They're paying them to make chaos in the street. This is a lot easier for them. They will go door knocking and they can flip the seat. We need to be ready. If you can't with your legs, donate $10. Van Epps is his name. Sleepy Joe Biden, the radical left lunatics, and the warmongering Europeans started the war. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right because they had an agreement, and Biden said, don't sign it. So they they kind of owned Ukraine, right? Because Obama owned Ukraine, because we know that Biden told them that unless they got rid of their attorney general, who was going to investigate his son, that Obama wouldn't give them the millions of dollars that they were supposed to be getting when he went to Ukraine. Ukraine is corrupt and we know it, but Russia is just a whole nother level. I'm just thinking in my head that Trump is thinking that Russia has used so much of its arsenal that we have a lot more available to us than they do. And if you put us all together, the NATO groups, we could take out Russia right now because he expended so much. That's why I think he doesn't want to start World War III, but he knows, and so does Putin know, that he can't sustain this anymore. So Trump just wants to get this settled and button it down, because there's other things to do. There's ways to make money. And Putin, see, the problem with Putin is he doesn't care about money. Putin cares about something totally different, and it's not money. Just Biden being president jeopardized our national security. Well said. You're right. I support almost all of Trump's policies. The problem is the next time the Democrats win, they will destroy the economy again at lightning speed. Well, our job, and when I say ours, I mean all of us. Right? All of us that are patriots, and I don't care if you're a Democrat patriot or Republican patriot or an independent patriot, people who believe in this country, we need to get out there and work. The problem is that most conservatives, capitalists, they have jobs. They work hard, and they're working harder. And that was even part of the plan, right? The Bidenomics plan. If you can make us poorer and we have to work harder and more hours, then we don't have any time to get involved in politics, and they can steamroll over us. We got to get our shit together, and Trump has to help us. Trump should do fewer interviews, and J.D. Vance should do more interviews. I agree with that statement. President Trump, you need to be less accessible, period. Let them wonder what's in your mind. They did just fine with Joe Biden for 4 years. I know that, in the absence of information, people fill in their blanks. Let them fill in the blanks. You just do the work. You cannot keep up the pace you're keeping up. You cannot. No human being can. You have to take a break. Let Caroline Leavitt handle things. Let J.D. Vance give interviews. Let Marco Rubio give interviews. You do the negotiating. Get some fucking sleep. All right. So let's just see the congressional district. This is Tennessee's congressional district. Okay. 35.7 is the median age. That's the place that we're half are above and half are below. Okay, median household income 72,502. Poverty rate 12.6. That's the I think that's the Appalachians, but maybe I'm wrong. Median property value 291,000. Okay, so we have U.S. representative was Mark Green. Now the seat is open. The senator is Bill Hagerty and Marsha Blackburn. Population is 777,488. The thing is that here, Democrat strongholds like Nashville. Oh, wait, did I share that or not? I didn't. I didn't share any of this. I'm talking to you, but I'm reading and I didn't share my screen. I'm sorry. I really have to learn to do this better. All right, hold on a second. This one. Okay, I'm getting better. Democrat strongholds like Nashville have multiple polling locations for both early voting, which runs through November 26th and Election Day on December 2nd. In some rural areas, there may only be one place to vote for the whole county. The rural areas usually go for Republicans. While turnout will be one of the biggest deciders of the race, Gear is looking for a few other indicators of how competitive the election will be. Is Van Epps all of a sudden going on the attack on Ben? Do they agree to debate? Are the national committees now pouring money into both campaigns? In a recent campaign ad, Van Epps aired footage of Ben opposing ICE raids on Nashville's immigration corridor this summer. The ad calls her a woke liberal, saying when she wins, we lose. The Democrat National Committee has invested money in the race in line with the shift to focus more on elections at the state level. The Republican National Committee has also made six-figure contributions to back their candidate. So, the problem is that the right message for the Republicans? Is that the woke left? Is that still the right message with Tennessee in the middle? And I don't think it is. And I think Trump knows it. And I think that's why he was complimentary to Mamdani, because those Nashville voters, those are Mamdani voters. So we need help. We need your help, and we need to focus on 2026. And we cannot wait till next year. We cannot take Christmas vacation. We cannot take Thanksgiving vacation, because this is too important. So let me see if I can find it. Van Epps for Congress. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Matt Van Epps for Congress. Okay, I'm going to share this. You got to give a donation, and you got to, I know Christmas is coming up. I know we're all hurting. I know it. I get it. But $10 would work. Okay. It's an open seat, and those scare me. They scare me when they have cities like Nashville in it. And he's really pushing heavy on the MAGA stuff. So this is his website, Matt for TN, MATT for TN. We need to get him elected. We need to do everything that we can to keep Congress, because then we're going to have Georgia, and probably, I think they have 6 weeks. So that's going to be March. They're going to have to fill her seat. That's how this is going to happen, because they have to collect petitions. Let's see, it's a federal. So they have to collect petition signature in January and February. So they have to get a candidate right away. And that candidate, I believe, in Georgia can be appointed by the governor to fill the seat. I plan on going down there. I'm very close to her district, and I know a lot of people there. So I'm going to go down there and work really, really hard to make sure that stays in Republican hands. We got to just do that. It's what we got to do. Because if we are asleep at the switch, we are going to wake up and find out that house went Democrat. And whose fault is it going to be? We can't just sit back and say, let everybody else take care of it. And I'm going to make another appeal to Johnson and to Thune. Get off your fucking asses. Let's go. Where is the Republican National Committee? Where the hell are they? He's from North Carolina, and he can't even he didn't even chart his own state. We got problems. We got to get going now. Trump is a lame duck. J.D. Vance needs to be very visible for the next presidential election. I think he's very visible, Howard, but I agree with you. Trump should be negotiating behind the scenes. Hold on. I think it's Trump. Oh, it's my grandson. All right. I got to go. Love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Right.